I can go next. I'm Jade, she, they pronouns, and I'm a youth consultant with the Washington DCT project.
My name is Erandi, she, her pronouns, also a youth consultant for Washington State DCT.
My name's Matt. I use he, him pronouns. I work for the Office of Homeless Youth in Washington State.
My name's Milo. I use he, him pronouns. I am one of the co-founders of the Washington State Youth for Youth Board. I'm also currently a full-time staff member at Point Source Youth.
Hi, I'm Mayana. I use all pronouns with no preference. I am a youth consultant with Point Source Youth, as well as many other roles with different organizations.
Well, how did Direct Cash Transfers Washington begin?
Always had a value of trying to push our programs to restore power to young people who've had that taken away from them by their circumstances. And we've also done flexible funding, like flexible cash assistance in other formats for a while, and those programs have been really successful. Truly unrestrained, ongoing financial assistance can have impacts. We really wanted to do something that was representative of what young people were telling us they needed.
We started doing that is by working with system change partners to do our co-design sessions, where we did co-design sessions with 87 young people across, I think it was 11 counties, wasn't it? Yeah. I think, 11 counties. We had 3 in-person sessions, 2 virtual, and we heard so many good things from that. In terms of how we should even be designing this program.
We got a lot of engagement there. A lot of intentionality went into it. Everything from accessibility to the vendors and catering being all indigenous owned and operated.
Getting things like having fidget toys on the table and people being able to create art while they were there. Matt babysitting a kid so that young single parents could participate as well and be fully engaged.
Yeah, and I also feel like it added this layer of motivation because we were able directly to hear young people's hopes and dreams. It's okay, we're not just working in theoretical beliefs, right, of young people that we want to service. These are actual young people that told us how DCT can potentially change their lives and what they express. And I feel that added a new sense of purpose to the work, especially vulnerable communities such as the indigenous Yakima Nation youth that came. We're not only taking away those barriers, but we're also taking consideration of how do we create a reciprocal relationship and where young people trust that we're doing the work and taking all these things into consideration.
We're accountable to these young people. How do we balance advocacy, trying to get legislation to give us money to implement this program, with accountability to the young people that we heard in the co-design session?
Washington is facing a $10 to $12 billion budget deficit right now. So no matter what happens, our work with the legislature is going to be really challenging. And just because the program wasn't in the governor's budget doesn't mean that that's the end. One of the great things about Washington is that we have a really robust and coordinated community of advocacy partners and organizations that are mission aligned on direct cash transfers and youth voice, that have a statewide scope, that do advocacy with the legislature, a lot of support from philanthropy to make those things happen.
The best work comes when there is roadblocks and when you have to find a way, and when that perseverance and that passion finally gets shown through the work when you have to. I think that's when the best stuff happens.
The young people here don't just give up easily on stuff.